Good morning, welcome to this day in my life video. It is 8:10 in the morning. It's a little bit later than I would normally be doing all of this, but I was up late last night, so I woke up around, I think like 7:15, and then just went back to bed to see if I could fall asleep because I was still tired. That didn't really work, so I eventually got up. As you can see, I usually clean in the morning. That might sound kind of weird, but it just helps me feel... I'm usually too tired at night to do the after dinner cleaning, and cleaning in the morning just helps me feel grounded and good and like I've accomplished something for the day. So I'm in my bathroom right now, if you can't tell, and I'm trying to decide if I should take a shower. I think my hair is okay, and I showered last night, but I might still take one anyway just because it feels good, and then just not wash my hair. And I will get dressed and get ready and show you my schedule for the day. I'm all dressed, I've got deodorant on, so now I'm just gonna do my skincare routine and then my makeup. Now for the hair, I'm not really sure what to do. Oh, I forgot lips. This is the Golden Gate lip liner. This, my eyeliner, and my mascara are all from Dressing Your Truth. Okay, this whole room is looking and feeling a lot better, which means I am feeling a lot better. While I was cleaning, this package came. I'm pretty sure this is my dad's Christmas present, so I'm gonna open it and wrap it really quick and then put it under the tree. Wrapping that was way harder than it should have been, but it's 10:15, or just a little bit before 10:15, and I'm done with all of my cleaning and procrastinating. Now it's time to hit the books. I have class at 1, so I will probably stop at noon to eat lunch. I don't know. I have to force myself to eat breakfast and lunch. I find that I do a lot better in class when I've eaten lunch, so we'll see. Okay, I just want to show you what I actually have to do for class. So this is the syllabus, and then you can see for Thursday, December 2nd, I just have to read one case and then the notes for that case. That's pretty small. Like if you look in the past, let me show you, there would typically be more like what you can see there for Tuesday, November 9th, where we have 3 or 4 cases. But we are just winding down, and so I just have the one case to read. And so I just go to the page number, Here's the case. This is what a case looks like. And I will just be reading this case. This is a huge case, actually. This is crazy. And then I'll just be reading all of these notes, and I will be briefing this case, which just means that I'll be writing down a summary of the facts, the rule that came out of it, and things like that. So I also want to show you my little setup. I use this app called Clockify. Come on. And I just use it to track all of my time that I spend on everything. So you can see everything that I've done. And so all you have to do is press the play button and it will start for you. And then I need to go back in. This was towards, so I need to go and label those two. And then every time I read, I usually just have a highlighter. I use the Pilot G2 pens. I will only use these. And then I have a whiteout because I don't, like if I write like a whole sentence totally wrong, it's just easier to white it out than have a big bunch of scribbles on my page. Okay, that case and all of the notes for it took me almost an hour and a half to read, but that's pretty unique. It was a really long case with 10 pages of thick notes, and so I see why he only assigned us one, but this is what my brief looked like. So I have the name of the case, the court, and the year, and then the judge that delivered the opinion. And you don't have to include this, but I always do because it reminds me that people are the ones that are making these decisions. And then sometimes you'll notice trends among judges and they can be famous for different things that you have to remember. And then the facts of the case, the issue, the rule. So it's like the legal issue, the question, and then the rule, what the court decided, what happened before the case, and then more of what the court decided. And then I'll just put little notes to myself, like little definitions. I didn't know what in toto meant, and so I looked it up, and I'll just put that in the margins. So that's one reason I like writing these by hand, but a lot of people will type them. I have to do the same thing for 3 torts cases, but I'm just going to quickly eat lunch and then probably do those on campus so I can just be there before class starts and not have to stress about running into class. For lunch, I've just been making spaghetti and meatballs, but instead of spaghetti noodles, I've been using spaghetti squash. I think it's super good, and I just baked 1 spaghetti squash at the beginning of the week, and then I've had this every day for lunch. I'm gonna eat this while I read my cases. Back in my car. I just finished my last class of my first semester at law school, which is so crazy. I had property first. Property, the format of class is the professor does a quick review of what we learned last time. He goes over anything that was particularly challenging for us from the class before, just to make sure that we understand it, and then moves into the cases that were assigned, and he will call people up to do cold calls for each of the cases, and then that person will have to explain the facts and kind of answer the professor's questions. And the professor will help guide the person through parsing out all of the most important principles that we need to learn from it. And then we would do a lot of hypotheticals or like answer questions that he would give us, and we just answer them through the iClicker, and then he gets an idea of where people are at based on how we're responding, so he gets like real-time data basically. about our class. So it's a really, really good class, and I really like that format. You pretty much know, you can kind of expect if you've been cold called, because he keeps track. And so if you've been cold called during one class, you know for the next few classes you're probably okay, but you're just nervous enough that you still do a good job reading your cases. And I had already gone 4 times this semester, so I was certain that I would not be called today. But I still read the case really thoroughly because I wanted to be able to participate in class and just understand what's going on. So then I had torts class. The format of torts is we don't really do a review. Basically, we just go through the cases and talk about the principles, but during class we'll go back to lots of cases that we've had in the past and talk about them that way. So there's always like an ongoing review, if you will. But the cold calls in that class are totally random. So you could get called every class 3 classes in a row because she doesn't keep track. She just will call on you. It's really good. So while I was in property, someone was up there just not knowing the answers, and I was getting really bored and bothered because it actually frustrates me when people just don't know anything that was in the case. Like, I don't know if people are reading 2 weeks ahead and so they don't remember, or if they just get really bad nerves. But especially in property where we know the type of cold call that it's going to be, we know he's going to grill us on the details. I just wish people would prepare a little bit better. And like, I'm a total procrastinator. I'm not always prepared for classes, but for property, like, if there's a reasonable expectation that I'm going to be called on, I will make sure that I'm prepared, and I will like just know the answers, like the basic ones. Like, I know these people know it, or they didn't read. I don't know. So that's my little rant about that. But anyway, that person was just bothering me. So I wrote a little to-do list. So what I have to do right now, I guess I could just show you this for fun. Okay. This is my to-do list. I am doing an informational interview with someone tomorrow, and I'm super nervous about it because it's a person who is in charge of hiring for a job that I really want next year. And so I'm not meeting with them to ask them about a job. I am meeting with them to just learn more about it. And so I need to go find the building. It's on campus, so I'm going to find the building and make sure I can park there. So I just want everything to go really smoothly. And as you can see, a lot of things on here are like find parking for the interview, research him, and plan all my questions, and then update my resume and print it out. And then I'm going to be giving him a Milka bar as a gift. I'll show you that later. And then I want to drop off a couple more of those to different past professors that I've had. So I want to get that ready for tomorrow, and then I need to work out, and then I've got a couple of review things. Basically, this is just all my homework and study for tonight. And then I want to pick out everything for tomorrow that I'm going to wear so that I know, because I'm just nervous. I don't really know how to dress for it. Like, I don't want to overdress, but we'll see. Okay, I feel so much better. I found the building. I figured out which door he was talking about, because he just told me, he said, just go to the north door. It wasn't like, oh, come meet me in this, you know, office 302B or something like that. So I'm like, okay. So I'm really glad that I went today to check it out, because the building that I thought it was not the right building. So that would have been really sad. And there is parking, but it's student parking. And so I'm just nervous that it will all be taken, because parking at my university is a huge issue. Like, there's just not enough. But everyone commutes because public transportation isn't the best. And so, I don't know. Took care of that. Now I'm just gonna go home and get on with the rest of my list. I'm home. I'm so happy to be home. That last class was like, I was just exhausted and didn't want to do it. So sometimes, just to be clear, sometimes during the semester I would stay on campus after class and take care of a few things, because typically I had this rule that I only wanted to take 1 book home. And so I knew if the next day I had a lot of stuff due for 3 classes, then I would maybe try to get 1 of the 3 done, do the second one at home, and then do the 3rd one in the morning on campus. But right now, because it's close to finals time, I'm just taking everything home, and I'm spending a lot more time at home. So a lot of times, like today I got there kind of late, obviously, but I would say in the semester I was spending a lot more time on campus. I would get to campus earlier, do work, and I'll insert a little picture of my desk that I have, excuse me, a little video of the desk that I have at school, just so you can see. So that's my desk. It's like a little locker, and I can keep my books in there and water bottles and everything like that. There were some days where I would just leave like I did today, and just get out of there as soon as my last class is done. So it just depended on what I had going on and what I felt like. So Especially right now, I don't like being around everyone's stress because people are just so stressed about finals, and I just don't want to take on their energy and like what they're doing, and everyone's freaking out. And I just don't think it's like worth freaking out over, because you can control your study and like that's it. You can't control if everyone else is way smarter than you, or has more experience or just more knowledge. It's just not something that you have power over. I'm just trying to remember to do this my way and do what I can do and what's reasonable for me, because I truly believe that everything will work out. When I get home, I don't know, I'm so out of breath and I don't know why. I think I'm like nervous talking to you because I'm obviously like a new to filming myself, and so anyway, bear with me. I'm sorry about that. I usually will come home. Spencer will leave whatever mail on the desk, and then I will just throw it away. I don't really know why he leaves it there. It's actually kind of funny. I think he just wants to make sure that he doesn't throw away anything that I want or need. So I just always sift through it and then just toss it. And then I will like clean if it needs to be cleaned. But since I did all that this morning, I'm in a good spot. If I'm really exhausted, maybe I'll watch some YouTube or something, but I feel okay right now. And I actually already did, when I was sitting in the car, I already did check on one thing, because one of the YouTubers that I follow, her name is Mindy Minx, she was getting her IVF transfer today, and I really wanted to know if it went well, so I just quickly checked. I knew she was posting her video at 4, so I just quickly checked to see if it went well, and it did, so I'm gonna watch that video later. This is the gift for my mother-in-law, my husband's stepmom, so I'm going to wrap it, and maybe, actually I'll show you what I got. She wanted makeup from this brand, which is my favorite brand of makeup actually. It's from a company called Dressing Your Truth, and the premise of the company is that you figure out which of 4 types of beauty you are based on just different factors about you, and then they have makeup and accessories to match that. She has a little bit of their makeup and she wanted more of it for Christmas, so I was like, yeah, of course. So I ordered it, but look how cute. It comes with like a little affirmation. And then she's a type 1, and so they just give you like a little message for your type. And then I kind of feel bad like I'm getting it to her present. Maybe I won't. I don't know. What do you do? Okay, I'm just gonna leave it in so that she can just have it like it was. But I also just wanted to make sure that everything was there, but you're not gonna be able to see. But basically I had 2 lip liners and a lip gloss and then 2 lipsticks. Okay, I've taken a slight break. I wrapped a present, I had a snack, and now I'm ready to do the research on the guy that I'm having an interview with tomorrow. Wish me luck. That sucked so bad. I've been working on this for an hour and 45 minutes, and I just really did not enjoy it, but it had to be done. First I researched the guy based off of his LinkedIn, and then I researched the company off of LinkedIn, and then I did a Google search just trying to find information about him and just different connections we might have or things in common. And then I wrote down like all of his jobs that he's had and how long he was at each job and his titles and where he went to school. And then I researched so I found his information off of an old job posting it's not live anymore, but it's in like my school's job database. And my career advisor is the one that suggested that I look at this job, because she said, hey, this job seems to come up every year, and this, knowing that you want to go into entertainment law, this might be a really good job for you. So I just am reaching out to him. Like, the real reason I'm reaching out to him is to get to know him and potentially try to apply for this job when I qualify, because as a 1L I don't qualify now, but as soon as I finish my first year then I would qualify. I'm just trying to network. My career development class, they had us read this book called The 20-Minute Networking Meeting, and I really liked it because networking kind of scares me, but reading the book I was like, okay, these are steps that I could follow. But the thing is, you're supposed to ask 3 questions, and I'm like, I don't have that many questions that I couldn't figure out. You're not supposed to ask questions that you couldn't have found the answer to on the internet, and I just don't, I'm like not thinking of questions that I don't already know the answer to. So it just feels kind of contrived, but like I do want to get to know him. Like that's genuine on my part. And I think I would be great at this job, and I want to be in this job. And the job specifically says on the posting, like people who are interested in entertainment law, it's a plus for them to be interested in it. So I was researching the job, just going through all the requirements just to make sure I don't sound like a fool tomorrow, and just making sure that I knew him. And then I was writing out all of my questions and my little agenda essentially for the meeting, researching dress code and what I should wear. I think I should wear business casual, but slightly more business, and I honestly don't know if I have anything. And I need a notepad. So I may actually end up going to the store tonight to get a notepad and potentially clothes if I get super desperate. But the thing is, I want to be studying right now. Anyway, I sound a lot more stressed than I actually am. I'm really happy that I got this done, but I still need to fix my resume because I turned my resume into my career advisor and she made all of these edits on Word. And so I'm gonna have to go through, I think, each comment and revise it. I'm just not looking forward to it. I'm down to read cases all day long, but like resumes and networking and that kind of stuff, not my favorite. And I don't think I'm alone in that. I think right now I'm gonna go check to see what I have, to see if I have clothes that could work for tomorrow. And then if I do, then I'm just gonna head to the gym and then maybe run and buy a notepad after that. Here's my closet, and it's just not looking good. I just have so many casual clothes and not a lot of business casual. Okay, I think this is what I'm going to wear. It's a little tight, but I'm just gonna make it work because I don't want to spend money and I don't want to spend time tonight finding something. I feel like it's serving buxom Puritan vibes. I'm waiting for my phone to charge a little bit more before I go to the gym, and I did a little bit more research about business casual, and I think I'm gonna wear this. I just really didn't feel comfortable in the other outfit. Okay, I'm back from the gym. I ran to the store. I got these legal pads. So I'm gonna take one of these to my little interview tomorrow. Honestly, guys, this interview is 20 minutes long. I don't know why I'm so worried about it. I think it's just because it's the first one that I've done with somebody that I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Comment below if informational interviews scare you, or if you've never heard of an informational interview before. When I was a secretary at a law office, we had these legal pads, except they were college ruled, I'm pretty sure, and they are the best. And then look how cute these are. So I don't know if you could see, I should have showed you, but this card had green on it, so I put a green bow. These are just going to 2 professors that I had in undergrad who were just amazing people and so kind to me. And it's not just me, like they treat everyone like this. Both of them are just extremely supportive. I genuinely miss them and genuinely love them and just want to show a little bit of appreciation for them. That being said, writing cards is really hard for me. I'm glad that I got that checked off my list. Speaking of, I'm doing pretty good. I researched and got my interview questions done, and I wrote the notes, and I worked out, and I had dinner, and I picked out my outfit. So that just means I have to do my resume, and then practice for property, and then practice for torts. And I don't think I'll have time to get to updating my torts briefs tonight, but that's okay. Okay, it is 12:39. I've been working on this for a couple hours, but in the middle of that, Spencer got home, so I hung out with him for a little bit. I just want to show you what I was doing. So like I was saying earlier, the professor will give us these little fact patterns, as assignments throughout the semester, and then we have to analyze them. And so this is my analysis. So I've already done these assignments throughout the semester, and now I'm going back and making myself do them under a time pressure so that I have practice just typing things out and analyzing things, and this way I'm reviewing the issues while also getting some like fast typing practice, because I've taken some midterms and some practice exams, and you just kind of have to be able to get in there and type. So I'm trying to train myself to write as much as possible, but also write as many point earning sentences that I possibly can. The crazy thing about law school exams is that you spend so much time in the semester working on your memo, and your memo has to be perfect. Like, you can't have any grammar mistakes. Like, you must have perfect transitions, perfect citations. Every time you mention a case name, you have to underline it or italicize it. Like, everything is super specific and perfect. But then on the finals for the other classes, you don't lose points for putting incorrect things. At least none of my professors will take off points. You just start at 0 and then you're writing things to get you points. And it kind of feels like you're just trying to race everybody else to write as much as possible. And so I'm trying to train myself to not worry about grammar mistakes or worry about transitions or anything like that. Just use abbreviations for names. Like if it's Caitlin versus Travis, you just put KVT, because you're just trying to shorten how long it takes you to type things, so that you can get more things on the page to get more points. I've never been one to complain about tests, but it's interesting because if you can't learn the strategy, then you're at a disadvantage even if you know the material better than somebody else. It's almost like people who aren't as careful would perform better on these law school exams because they're just throwing what they know onto the page, rather than trying to do a careful and well-written analysis. It just doesn't really matter how well-written it is to a certain extent. Like, obviously the better your organization and the more clearly you write, the better your professor will understand what you're trying to say, and like the more likely they will be to give you points. But at the same time, a lot of the model answers that my professors have shown us, they don't read very well. Like, they make the person sounds kind of dumb, to be honest, but they're the ones getting top scores. So it's been really interesting over the past couple weeks to try to change my mindset, because I've always been a careful writer, and if I stay in that mindset, I will do very poorly on these exams, and I know that. Luckily, I'm grateful that my professors design their classes well, so I've had a chance to practice these things, and I can see where I'm lacking and kind of adopt the strategy. I'll probably end this vlog right here, but just to catch you up, I will be hopping in the shower because I hate washing. Well, I need to shower because I went to the gym, but even if I hadn't, I hate washing my face in the sink. I would rather take an entire shower to get my makeup off than wash my face in the sink. I'm gonna set my alarm, shower, pray, and sleep. And brush my teeth in there too, don't worry. Thank you so much for spending this day with me. It was a really realistic day. I hope that this helped give you a better sense of what law school might be like. And I hope that wherever you are having a great day.